If you are new to my channel and want to educate yourself more about herpes viruses, please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to ring on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to watch my uploaded videos every day. Let's put an end to the herpes virus.
Early stage of cold sores. The principal side effects of cold sores can happen numerous days prior to their real appearance, meaning the red bumps. Signs and side effects may likewise shift if the outbreak isn't your first. It might require as long as 20 days for side effects to rise up out of the primary day of contamination. Tingling and shivering are typically by far the most widely recognized and the absolute first indication of cold sores. Rehash outbreaks for the most part occur at the site of the primary flare-up and recuperate a little quicker in contrast with past events. In a first-time flare-up, the beginning phase cold sores may likewise be joined by agonizing gum pain, fever, body aches, sore throats, and swollen lymph node. The redness of lips as a rule denotes the start of the primary stage of cold sores. 6 stages of early stage cold sores. Stage 1 of early stage cold sores. Tingling, itching, and redness. If by chance that you experience shivering as well as tingling sensation close by your lips, you may have a cold sores going ahead. Medicine is best at this stage. Taking oral meds during the cold sores' first stage may diminish the power of the outbreak yet won't dispose of it totally. In the primary phase of cold sores, redness of lips is likewise common, and swelling may likewise happen sometimes. This stage generally lasts only 1 to 2 days. Stage 2 of early stage cold sores. Red bumps. After the passing of a day or two, the red itching spots on side of your lips may begin to bump up and blister. These small bumps may feel somewhat unpleasant on contact and should be cleaned thoroughly. This is the following best stage to catch the cold sores by beginning to utilize balms to treat the cold sores. Likewise, it is strongly suggested that you increase your everyday water consumption. During this stage, you ought to keep up proper hand cleanliness and ought to try not to contact the outside of the blister except to clean or to apply the treatment. This stage for the most part goes on for 1 to 2 days. Stage 3 of early stage cold sores. Yellow fluid-filled blisters. After just about 3 to 4 days from the day tingling or potentially shivering begins, you may see that the blister are getting more tight and topping off with liquid. It is prescribed to restrict cozy contact at the absolute first manifestation of a cold sores. Kissing and oral sex can spread the infection to others. This is perhaps the most infectious stages. This stage is normally joined by expanded pain. One may encounter inconvenience while eating. Salty and spicy food alongside hot fluids can worsen these indications, and citrus for instance can irritate the surface. It is ideal to stay away from these sorts of foods. Stay hydrated if your throat feels dried. This stage as a rule goes on for another 2 to 3 days. Stage 4 of early stage cold sores. Weeping of cold sore. This stage is the most chaotic of all phases of cold sores and goes on for 1 to 3 days. The liquid blister burst open and will be red and shallow. This is the most infectious phase of cold sores, and the danger of transmission is high if legitimate insurances are not taken. Other than to treat it, is strongly prescribed not to contact the open blister or attempt to pick the edges, as it might prompt a bacterial skin contamination. Medicated over-the-counter cream and lotions can give excellent help during this basic phase of cold sores and mend the pinkish wounds brought about by the burst of the blister. Stage 5 of early stage cold sores. Crusting of cold sore. During this stage, the recuperating process starts and can last between 4 to 14 days. The sores break down and the covering falls away, giving up a delicate red zone. It is profoundly basic that you don't pick the crust, as it might leave spots being given up once the wounds mend up. Use of over-the-counter creams and lotions can abbreviate the recuperating process. Stage 6 of early-stage cold sores. Healing of cold sores. The redness disappears, and the skin turns around to ordinary. There is no more bothering present at the surface of the contamination. The HSV-1 returned to dormant state.
Thank you for watching. And please subscribe to my channel for my upcoming herpes treatment videos.